Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I hope everyone's having a nice 12-1. 12-1 we are. Holy crap. Feels really good. I was so tired last night, literally. I really enjoyed the win. It was a comfortable win. It was a dominating win. But there are some updates for the Philadelphia Eagles. More updates. 2 potential signings. Another signing within the NFC East to definitely go over, and a few other things. So let's get straight into the news.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So, first thing I want to go over before, the other news that we have to go over is Jalen Hurts. And I know this was during the game. I definitely saw this. I remember I was like, man, this, I have to be so impressed. Even if you're in the lead, okay, the clip of when A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez were on the sideline, and they were just having a good time. And look at Jalen Hurts on the left. He's just locked in. He's just like, game's not over. I'm not celebrating anything. And it was just so funny just to see that. I understand it's not funny, but it's just to a point where it's, I don't know, Hurts is just locked in with it. It's just business at the end of the day for him. How do you not, man, this is the franchise right here, man. I mean, this is how he acts during games. We all knew this. We've seen, obviously, examples of it throughout the year. And I love how he just doesn't over-celebrate. I mean, you're up. I mean, I don't know when that was. I forgot when that was. It could have been 21-0 at the time, and this could have happened. It could have been later on. But it is a really good thing to see the mentality match with his play this year, what he has done, being a huge MVP candidate, and just what he's done for the year. It's just been great. So to see that, and I'm not saying that nobody has to have fun or anything like that, but with Jalen Hurts, it's just, he's not going to sit there and celebrate and act like everything's great. You know what I mean? Until that clock hits 0, it's all business, and he is going to act like the leader that he's supposed to act like, and he does it within himself. And it's just so cool to see. You know what I mean? Have to respect that so much with Jalen Hurts. Within other news, within the NFC East, the Cowboys actually don't sign Odell Beckham. They signed T.Y. Hilton, which T.Y. Hilton, 32, 33-year-old receiver. I mean, this guy last year only had, 331 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 20, he caught the ball 23 times last year. But, a good role player. I think it's a solid pickup for the Cowboys. It is what it is. Not, just to help them on a little bit of a run. That's really all it is, man. Helps CD out, helps the quarterback out, I guess. I mean, the only thing with the Cowboys is if Kellen Moore has, Dak Prescott throws so many times, he's going to make mistakes. Got to run the football, all that stuff. But T.Y. Hilton definitely is a solid pickup. It's a good pickup. Veteran receiver. Could definitely help them out. Is it enough? But it's just something to talk about. So just want to let you guys know on that. If you guys knew, even the past 4 to 6 weeks, there was rumors about the Cowboys and T.Y. Hilton. Now, T.Y. Hilton was actually looking for a team near mid to the end of the year, and I guess he found his team. With the whole Odell situation, could look like he's going to the Chiefs, the Giants, the Bills. The Chiefs have actually recently been kind of monitoring the situation as well. So don't know if that's going to happen, but now we really don't have to care anymore, because now the Cowboys have their official guy that will be their number 2, as what I'm guessing right now. Now, third thing I want to go over, Anthony Harris. We made it. I just made the last video before and talked about Anthony Harris could make sense. Now, it looks like Anthony Harris, yes, he did work out with the Eagles. Knows the defense, knows the players, knows the scheme, knows Jonathan Gannon. If you guys didn't know, Jonathan Gannon, was a defensive assistant, a few years ago when Anthony Harris was on the Vikings. So they knew each other very well. We had him for 2 years. He was pretty much beaten out by Wallace and Marcus Epps mostly. Then the Eagles released him. He probably asked for a release. He went to the Broncos. Then he asked for another release. So now could be coming back, because I knew that the Eagles were not comfortable with Kevon Wallace. There was no way they were going to be comfortable with him. Okay, after when he was baited, I don't know, a couple times, and the only reason why the Giants got down the field a couple times was really because of Kevon Wallace giving up on that big play. I have given Kevon Wallace, besides last game against the Giants, I have given him the 2 weeks before that a lot of respect. Had some deflections. He made some tackles on special teams and as a safety. So, he has done a few good things, but when it comes to, coverage, we are very much, needing of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back, which he's eligible to come back for the Saints game. Reed Blankenship has a low-grade knee injury, which is good, knee sprain. So it's probably going to be a 2-week injury, he'll probably be back in 2 weeks from what I'm hearing. So you're going to have Reed back and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back, which is great. The safety room is going to look really good by the end of this year. Get these guys nice and healthy for the playoffs, and Anthony Harris is just going to be somebody serviceable. Am I going to say that he's going to change it? Is he going to make plays? Maybe. Who knows? Because last year, we weren't really playing like this defensively, and unfortunately, Anthony Harris, he didn't really flash too much to me last year. It didn't really flash at all last year. As much as I was excited about signing him a couple years back, it didn't work out. And I felt like that signing of Anthony Harris at the beginning of last year of the offseason was really re-signing him because he was only on a 1-year deal the year prior. We only really signed him just to have somebody in the room until they made other moves, competition happened, and he was the odd man out. He didn't want to be a backup. He probably wanted to start somewhere else. And he got a shot with Denver and asked for a release. So this is a match made in heaven, really. I thought this was the signing that's going to make the most sense for that safety position for now. It's a guy that knows the system, knows the players, knows everything. So already ahead of the game with this signing already. So that's good. Let's see what he does. So we did sign a brand new punter, guys. So Aaron Sipos, we know that he is out for the rest of the year. Lower leg injury. Nick Sirianni did say that it was longer than expected, so they didn't think the injury was going to be that bad. But it looks like they did sign Brett Kern, the veteran. Okay, now Brett Kern was cut actually in competition with the Titans kicker, Ryan Stonehouse, which he's actually ranked the third best kicker in the league. I think Brett Kern is ranked 19 out of 45 punters as of right now. So still a really good punter. 14 years in the league, has been a Pro Bowler before. Very good punter. And, that's all we can ask for. So I'm not making a big deal out of this because I don't go out and look at punters for no reason. But just because the Eagles did sign him and he is a savvy vet, which is great to have a vet like that. And that's it, man. As much as I haven't been a big Aaron Sipos fan, hasn't had a really bad year this year, not as much. There was a couple kicks I didn't like this year, but it's been okay. It's been all right. Last year, I think it was pretty bad, but this year was definitely a better year for Sipos. Got to give him credit for trying to scoop up that ball after the punt was blocked and trying to get the first down. So, for him to sacrifice himself, scoop that ball up perfectly, man, just an inch, a little bit, might even be a yard. But I think he did step out of bounds a little bit early. So if it was a first down, that thing probably would have got challenged because the Giants wouldn't have let the Eagles get the ball again. So Brett Kern is your new punter for the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now. Now, lastly, with the injuries, I want to go over Lane Johnson with the abdomen injury. Very light, nothing crazy. It wasn't serious. They took him out of the game. He was going to go back in. I don't think they let him back in because it was just more precautionary. Lane Johnson could have went back into that game easily. Jack Driscoll took his spot at right tackle. If this is bothering him for another week or this week, don't even play him in this Bears game at all. I would just let him rest for the week. Got to get guys prepared not only for the playoffs but for a very important game. So the Eagles already clinched the playoffs already. Now it's all about staying in the lead with the NFC East, staying in the lead, and hopefully getting this win against the Cowboys Christmas Eve. So that's what's going to be most important to get guys healthy. So Lane Johnson, if he's not 100%, do not play him this week. I am fine with Jack Driscoll going in there and doing this thing. He's done it before, has a lot of starting experience. I have no problem with Jack Driscoll in the game, so do not put him in there. Other than that, I am pretty satisfied in how he is always making moves. Obviously, you lose a punter, so you got to make a move there quick. Anthony Harris makes the most sense. I've said this. I was going to make a video on Anthony Harris being released a couple weeks ago because he was released a couple weeks ago, and I was you know what? I'm not even going to mention it. We're good. Blankenship's playing good. We don't need to do anything. But that injury came about, and now Anthony Harris is definitely somebody that you're going to go after now, and looks like he is going to sign. I mean, it's not official yet, but by the time you probably watch this video, he probably will be signed. It'll all be said and done, and the Eagles go into another week. You're getting reinforcements back with Dallas Goedert, which is great. You know what I mean? We'll see if he's actually, I mean, he says he feels great, looks great. Everything seems to be working. And Dallas Goedert, what are they going to do? How's everything going to, hopefully nothing changes. Not a lot changes with this offense. Hopefully the running backs are still going to be in the passing game, which is great. I think they've only done that because Dallas Goedert's been gone, but I hope I'm wrong on that. But really, other than that, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about, obviously, Anthony Harris coming back, the new punter. If you guys know anything about him more, Lane Johnson's injury, would you sit him out if he's not 100% this week, even though he can play? Because Lane Johnson could play through injury. Remember those 2 ankle injuries he had for a couple years? He always played through those ankle injuries until he couldn't play anymore. But if you got to sit somebody, the Eagles are 12-1. There's no reason that you got to keep him in the game. This isn't a big game, even though every game is a big game going forward because you're playing for number 1 seed and the Vikings lost. You're 2.5 games back. It's very important. I get it. But I feel good about Jack Driscoll and the matchups they have with the Bears this week. If they have to have him in, I have no issue with it. And we'll just call it that. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I will have news on the next Eagles update for you very soon, and we'll talk soon. So you guys have a fantastic day. The Eagles are 12-1, and we're ready to go. So fly, Eagles, fly. Shake Squad up. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.